in a game? Is it just something he's been dealing with?
No, it was in practice yesterday. Just light upper body. We're expecting him to be good to go for the first league game, but he'll be. We're going to keep him out of the preseason, but it's definitely just short.
Carter in goal tonight?
Yes.
Play the whole. You plan on playing the whole game?
Good chance of that. Yeah.
Henry's got a big workload, even going back to the prospects.
Yeah.
How does that kind of aid him?
Well, I think with the injuries we have, it's an excellent opportunity for Henry to show what he's made of, and having had so many games, he's been able to adapt to what we want to do here as a player with North American experience, of course. Coming out of Finland, it's good for him to see what we're doing, the adjustments we're making, and for us to get to know the versatility of him that we expected. It's there. He can add to the offense, but he defends quite well and sees the game well. So we just look forward to continuing to work with him to get him online with what we need here from him. Yeah, but he's been working hard. Lots of opportunity to play. That's for sure.
Do you plan to use him with a veteran or another young defenseman?
Well, I think if you looked at them skating out there today, it'd be he's definitely slotted to start the game with Scandy, and have somebody veteran beside him to communicate, and we'll bring Gilmore in to play with Miller. Take a look at him on the left side and get to know him a little bit better. It's an opportunity for that with Jake out.
What kind of an asset has Steve Smith been as you've gone through this process, learning the players you have on your team, and implementing a defensive zone structure?
Well, Smitty, we have multiple advantages. One is the past. We've been off and on connected for the last decade, so the synergies there and the trust that I have in him and the way he processes information and gives you honest feedback all the time. He doesn't tell me what I want to hear. He tells me what I need to hear all the time. So that's valuable. And then his experience at winning Stanley Cups and his understanding of the player's mindset on a regular basis, where if you look at Donnie and I, and even Billsy, not having that much player experience as an NHL leader like he was, it helps a lot in the discussions, just to bounce back to Smitty. And then again, his knowledge of penalty killing and how he's developed, clear philosophy there, and the defensive side of the game and the game without the puck, just on a regular basis. I mean, all coaches are involved in everything when we have our core discussions, and then we branch off into our specialties, and his are definitely important specialties here in the group. But
yeah, how's it going with the other two that you didn't know as well?
Yeah, it's gone really well. I think if I look at Donnie's background and his work with young players on a regular basis, and then also in the development roles in the American Hockey League, and with the experience that took him then into the National Hockey League, he's a coacher, he's a lifer. He's a coach lifer, which is more what I am, and so our conversations go often into the bigger picture, into the principles of play, and into the way we want to practice and set up things. So, and again, I've mentioned on multiple situations that Balesley is much more than a goalie coach. He is an assistant coach in the way he thinks and he sees the game, and what he's watching during games. The information he's bringing down has been extremely valuable. So everybody chipping in, and of course the human side of it. We have a very honest room with open, honest discussions day in and day out, and it's been a lot of fun.
Casey Middlestead looked a little more comfortable too over the last week, maybe.
For sure, Casey's game has calmed down. At the beginning he was trying really, really hard, and there were spurts in and out of what he wanted to be. And I thought that his confidence has gone up, and his game has improved, and we look forward to seeing him here tonight.
What goes into the thought of Thompson with Gergensen and Sabaka as opposed to maybe more of a skating line?
Well, you'll see Tage on the power play, and then what I like is a certain amount of defensive stability in every line. So as we go forward through the season, if you get into the lineups, you might see somebody with a bit of a extra defensive edge in them. Rodriguez playing with Johansson and Skinner today should free, for instance, Marcus to be able to jump up in the offense without maybe worrying about, I've got two extremely offensive players, and get him involved. So Tage in that group will profit from the grit and profit from from the forecheck of Z when Gergensons is up there working the corners. We expect that line to be quite efficient in putting forechecking pressure on, but then having somebody there that can capitalize on it. You know, depth scoring is important in the National Hockey League to win games, and you'll often see a power play player tucked away on what you might consider a third or a fourth line, in the way that we like to approach a game where all four lines can play responsible in both directions.
You have some forwards that I'm sure were anxious to try to get into tonight's game that aren't. Is there any likelihood that they could still get in the final game,
Yeah.
or are they just here to practice and learn?
Yeah, we're expecting quite a large shift into the game in Pittsburgh on Saturday, so you will see multiple changes for that game. Again, continuing to get to know players, and like I told you yesterday, anybody who falls short here will continue to be an option with a 1 hour drive to get back here. So this is just a process that's going to continue on week in and week out right through the whole season.